All right, so this is part three of a four-part series where we're working with creating resilience in our bodies and our minds and our nervous systems so that whether you're coming back from a stressful situation, something unexpected happened, you're dealing with grief, dealing with a broken heart, you can find that resilience. All of us experience stress. That's part of being a human being, is that we experience stress. And today what we're going to work with is stress resilience. Stress is just a normal part of being a human. It's part of the way that our bodies work. There's no actual problem with a little bit of stress, a short period of stress. Stress becomes a problem when we have prolonged stress, when we're experiencing stress over a long period of time, and there's no time for us to rest and restore afterwards. Our nervous systems are really designed to go back and forth from sympathetic, fight or flight, to parasympathetic, rest and digest. And what the trouble happens is when we stay in fight or flight the whole time and we have no time to restore and relax after that heightened state. Stress is something we don't need to be afraid of, right? If stress is something that has felt like it's happening to us and we have no control over it, then we might have a lot of fear of stress, that we don't have the energy to do these things. We don't have the ability to take care of these things. But when we become stress resilient, we don't fear stress anymore. We acknowledge that stress is a part of life, and actually it's a thrilling part of life. It's something that's exciting and it can be enjoyable if you know how to regulate yourself and bring yourself back into a relaxed state, right? It becomes a scary thing when you're in a stress state and you don't have any ability to bring yourself back into a relaxed state. That's when stress can become really overwhelming. It's like stacking on top of itself. You're stressed, and then you're stressed that you are stressed, and then you're stressed that you're still stressed. It becomes this thing that builds itself. Um, but one of the ways that we can start to regulate our stress, one of the quickest ways to start to change the way that we're feeling, to let our bodies know that, hey, actually you are safe now, you don't need to be stressed out anymore, is working with the breath. Our breath is an indicator of what state we are in. It's an indicator of what brainwave state we're in. It's an indicator of where our nervous system is. When we are stressed, we breathe shallow. We naturally start to breathe more and more shallow, and we start to breathe from the upper chest. We start to breathe shallow, quick breaths, and sometimes we even hold our breaths when we're really stressed and we're in a state of freeze. It's like we try to not exist, and we try to, like, freeze ourselves so that the stress can't find us. And then we almost completely stop breathing. The opposite of this, that allows the body to know that it's safe and that it can relax and that it can digest its food and it can be happy and joyful, is when we breathe long, slow, deep breaths. The amount of breaths that you're breathing in a minute is an indicator of how your body is doing, how relaxed you are, how present you can be, how you can be in the parasympathetic rather than this fight or flight state. So today we're really going to work with the breath, calming down the breath. In our meditation, we're going to take it so that the breath is extended for a longer and longer period of time, so that we start to trick the nervous system into relaxing. And you'll see it works. It really works. Whenever we work with breath work, it is a really powerful, powerful tool of our yogic practice. And especially the meditation we're going to do today, 1 minute breath, is one of my favorites. It's the practice that I have found is the most profound for me personally. And when I teach it in my course, Breathe, I see again and again how people are transformed by it. It gives us this ability to feel really resourced in ourselves and really present. So that's what we're working towards today, is this practice of 1 minute breath. That's our meditation. Before that, we're going to do a set for taking away stress, right? One of the ways that we can start to feel okay with stress is when we know how to bring ourselves out of a stress state. So we're going to do a set that will help to regulate you, to help you come out of that stress state. If we have historic stress, then we want to clear that historic stress so that we have a better relationship and we have more stress resiliency. So we'll do that. We'll do a few warm-ups before that, some warm-ups that you probably recognize from the other parts of this series. I want to re-invite those in, that 4-part breath in, 1-part breath out. That helps to lift the mood and elevate the mood. And the for fighting spirit exercise that we'll do at the end of our warm-ups. So we'll start by tuning in. So find a comfortable seat. You can be sitting on the floor, cross-legged, or you could be sitting in a chair if that works better for you and your body today. So find that tall seat, close the eyes, and start to rub the palms together. Rubbing the palms, feeling the spine lift, the head lifting up towards the ceiling. And when you're ready, let the eyes relax down. And let the palms come and press in front of the chest, elbows out to the side. Shoulders relax down the back, heart lifts. Go ahead and exhale all the breath out, and we'll inhale deeply to tune in. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Good. Take a nice, deep, full breath in. Feel the reverberations of that sound still vibrating within your chest, in your head, throughout your body. Feel that vibration lifting you up, letting go of the normal day-to-day and arriving in this heightened state of awareness. Through the nose, exhale. Let's take 2 more deep breaths in. Inhale deeply. And hold the breath. Again, one of the quickest ways to start to organize the mind, to relax the mind, is just holding the breath in. Through the nose, exhale. Last time, deep, full breath in. If you know the locks and you're not on the releasing part of your cycle, you can activate the bandhas, the locks, and look up with your 2 eyes to the 3rd eye center, eyes closed, looking up. And through the nose, exhale, relax the hands down. We're going to go right into that 4-part inhale, 1 part out through the nose. So you're going to sniff in 4 parts. Inhale a little bit, inhale a little bit more, and then totally full, and then exhale out, all through the nose. So inhale, 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 exhale, inhale, 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 exhale. 4 parts in, 1 part out. Good. When you've got that rhythm, you can close the eyes, sit up nice and tall, and start to really focus on your breath. What does the breath feel like as it comes in and out through the nose? And your diaphragm, your belly, helps you bring that breath in. It comes out a little bit, it comes out a little bit more. It gets really full, extra full, and then it squeezes in to get all that breath out on the exhale. Lifting the mood, elevating the spirit with this 4-part inhale, 1 part exhale. part of your practice to fuel the rest of your practice, bringing in the life force, the prana, through the breath in 4 parts. Nice and stable breath, nice and rhythmic breath. And use this first part to focus the mind, to really focusing the mind on the breath. As it gets distracted, bringing it back again and again to the breath. Good, one more cycle. Good, then let the breath come back to its natural flow, in and out through the nose. Notice what's different now that you've done that first little breath. Notice if it feels any different in the forehead, the mind, the body. Then start to make your way standing up. We're going to start to stretch and open the body. So come standing up. Feet are about hips distance apart. Heels are a little bit more separate so that the outsides of your feet become parallel. Feel those feet solid on the ground. Little micro bend in the knees. Cross your thumbs, and as you inhale, bring your arms up overhead, and then start to backward bend. Exhale, come into a forward fold. You need to bend your knees in that forward fold, bend the knees even deeper. Inhale, come up, reach the arms up, and exhale, find that forward fold on your exhale. Keep moving with your own breath. Inhaling up, reaching up, lifting that heart up towards the ceiling, and exhale, coming forward. Kundalini is a little bit different than other practices in that I don't really demonstrate, I don't show you what the posture looks like, and that's for good reason. It's not about what these postures look like, it's about what they feel like. So most of the time in this practice, your eyes are closed, and you're deeply connecting with your internal world. What does it feel like to reach up, to stretch up? Can you find even more of an opening in the heart? What does it feel like to exhale and let the head and the shoulders and everything drop down? Go ahead and do one more big breath like that, inhaling up and exhaling down. Go ahead and hang out in that forward fold for a second. Let the head drop, let the shoulders drop. If you want to sway a little bit here, to let that tension start to come off the back side of the body. Good, then bend into your knees and come sitting down on the floor. You have to be sitting on the floor for this exercise, and you don't need a cushion or anything. You want to sit flat on the floor. Hold onto your knees, close your eyes, feel into your pelvis, and try to make the biggest circles you can with your pelvis, just starting in one direction to start. Moving the torso around, especially the base of the torso, in one direction. Make nice, slow circles. Start to go the other direction, circling the other way now. Nice big circles. Circle around, really exaggerate this last circle as you start to come back to center, and find a nice deep inhale to feel the spine grow nice and tall. Good. We're gonna hold onto the shin. So you can bring your feet out a little bit further. Grab onto the shins. So you're holding on to both your feet with both hands. We're going to start to move the spine. Inhale forward, exhale round back. Inhale forward, exhale back. The chin's going to stay at about the same height, so it's not coming up or down. You're mostly moving from the neck down to the pelvis. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Really start to increase your breath here. Bigger and bigger breaths coming in and out.
Gajamukhavakram girijaputram ganagunamitram ganapatimishapriyam Karadhrita parashum ganganapanim kapalita padmaruchim Surafati bandyam sundaranrittam surachita manimakunam
Opening up the spine, opening up the nervous system. Using that breath to bring in more vitality.
Tattat shadgiritalamidam Lambodara varakunja surakrita kunkuma varnadharam Shveta sashringam modakahastam priti sapanasapalam Nayanatraya varanaga vibhushita
Inhale the center, feel the spine grow nice and tall.
Nayanatraya varanaga vibhushita
Exhale, let the breath go.
Tattan nana ganapatitam Tattan nana ganapatitam
Now, if you have a cushion, if you have a pillow, something to sit on top of so you can sit up nice and tall, find that. We tip to come into twist. Our hands are going to come out in front of us. The left hand is on top of the right. We kind of interlace the fingers. Extend the arms straight. Have the elbows straight. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. Nice, powerful breaths as you go side to side. Inhale left, exhale right. Whole upper body moves as one unit. Good. Try to keep the shoulders from creeping up too much. Good, really powerful twist. Few more here. Good, then inhale the center. Really stretch those arms forward. Hold the breath in. Exhale, relax the arms down. Now you can extend your legs out in front of you, so legs come straight out. You sitting up nice and tall. Bring the legs right next to each other so you're pressing side by side, and then start to flex the toes in towards the face. Bringing the toes into the face. Good. Arms up, and then up over. Keep your spine tall. Grab somewhere on your legs. Could be your calves. Could be your toes, could be your feet. Just grab somewhere where you don't collapse forward, you still keep your spine tall. Find that stretch in the back side of the leg, that stretch a little bit more, and start doing breath of fire in and out through the nose. Good. If you're on the releasing part of your cycle, then you can do a very light breath of fire, or do long, deep breathing, no real movement in the navel. Pregnant, you don't do any breath of fire, you do long deep breathing. We're going to do breath of fire for these next few exercises that we're going to move through rather quickly. So find that stretch, keep breath of fire going, moving that navel in and out. So get a little bit deeper into this stretch. Keep holding the stretch as you continue breath of fire. Good big breath in. Inhale, pull yourself down a little bit more. Exhale, come back up. Great. Bend your knees, bring your feet onto the floor about hips distance, and bring your hands behind you. Your fingers are gonna point away from you. Your hands are right behind you, and you're gonna start to lift your hips up towards the sky. Bring the hips up, your knees, your hips, and your shoulders, you're trying to get them into the same line, into a parallel line to the floor. You're gonna pull your shoulder blades down your back and let your head drop back. Back to breath of fire, finding breath of fire again, in and out through the nose. Good, keep squeezing your hips up towards the sky. Use your glutes to squeeze those hips up. Press your feet into the ground. Press your hands into the ground. Get your fingers spread nice and wide. Good, you're doing great. We're going to move quickly into the next exercise. Keep those hips up. Keep the breath going for a few more seconds. And now inhale deeply. Put the hips up a little bit more. Exhale, sit the hips down. Extend your legs long. Bring your head down. Come flat down on your back. We're going to move into stretch pose next. If you know stretch pose, you can get right into stretch pose, starting to pump the navel, pumping the breath in and out through while lifting the hands and the legs and the head 6 inches from the ground. So your hands are by your side, stretch forward, let your palms face each other, breath of fire in and out through the nose. Legs are lifted, legs are long, legs are straight, toes are pointing, and your head is lifted so that you can look at your toes, and you're pumping that navel with a powerful breath of fire. Good, this is a tremendous amount of work in the navel. We want to feel this powerful sense of self here at the navel. Work for it, pull that navel down. Good, a little bit longer. Take a huge breath in, inhale, hold the posture. Exhale, relax everything down. Bring your knees into your chest, bend your knees, bring your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around your knees. Don't cross the ankles, just pull the knees into the chest. And now lift your head up again, tuck your chin, tuck your nose in between your knees. And it's like you're almost trying to get your eye sockets to press against the knees. Good, breath of fire again. Now you're squishing the little ball, you're pulling those knees in, you're lifting that head up, you're letting that pressure continue to build on the back side of the neck. You're looking for that pressure, keep it going. Good, inhale, lift up even more. Exhale, start to rock up and down the spine, come all the way up into a seat. We're coming into a seated position. You can use your cushion if you'd like. Bring your fingertips to your finger pads, extend your thumbs, bring your arms up, keep that breath of fire going. Good, elbows are straight, arms are up at 60 degrees. Last little bit with this breath of fire. Keep it going. Nice, powerful breath. Now starting to relate to your energetic body, the space around you. Good. Inhale, bring the thumbs together up overhead. Reach the fingers up, stretch, reach, get nice and tall, get nice and big. And then as you exhale, sweep the auric field as you make the hands make their way back down to the floor. And rest a moment. Go ahead and come onto your back and let's rest on our back for a minute. Laying down, arms by the side, legs long, and let yourself land. Start to circle the hands and the feet. Stretch the arms up overhead, do a nice big stretch. And bring those knees into your chest and rock up and down, up and down, up and down. Starting to make your way up into a seat in rock pose. So in rock pose, we're sitting on top of the heels. Your sit bones are right on top of the heels if you can sit this way. You can prop this in different ways if this is uncomfortable. You can put a cushion in between the heels and the sit bones. You can put something underneath the ankles if that supports you better. And if this is really not working for your knees, you could come into easy pose. All right, so let's get into this set for taking away stress. This first exercise is really going to help with the nervous system. So the right hand comes over the left, right over the left. And you kind of use the thumbs to kind of lock around each other underneath. Okay? So right on top of left, thumbs are kind of locked underneath. You're going to reach the arms out in front of you and you're going to start to lean forward. So you lean forward and you stretch the arms as far forward as you can. Good. Find that stretch. Nice stretch. Reaching forward. Stick your tongue out. Start to pant breath of fire through your mouth now. Good. Nice, powerful breath over the tongue, pulling that tongue out, really helping to rebuild the nervous system, building a nervous system that can handle any stress and come back from stressful situations, intense situations, and regulate itself. Keep stretching with those arms, keep reaching forward. Really good. You're doing great. Just stay steady with it. Feel how powerful this breath is. Your nervous system is really toned through the vagus nerve. That's what you're doing, pulling that tongue out. So pulling that tongue out. It might feel new. best with it. So many of these Kriyas challenge us. We've never done anything like that. That's part of how we expand our world. We ask to do things, have experiences that we've never done before throughout our lives. Prepare for it with these practices. Good, yet 20 more seconds to go. Stretch really forward, reach forward, and exhale, release. Go ahead and change your position. You can stretch your legs out. Sit down and stretch those legs. We're going to make our way into a squat next. So the next posture is done in a squat. A crow squat. So we come into this squat position. Feet are about hips distance apart. So about hips distance, maybe a little bit wider if you need. When you come down, if your heels lift, what I like to do is take a folded blanket and put it underneath my feet, roll up the back of the yoga mat, put that underneath my heels so that I can put my weight back. So I'm not bringing myself all onto my toes. I actually can use my whole foot, pressing my whole foot, my toes and my heels into the ground. So find that support for yourself so you can lean, so you can put some weight back into your hips. It'll make it a little bit easier on yourself here. And then bring your arms up and clap your hands. Actually hit your hands and clap your hands. Nice and fast. Clap the hands. Clap, 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 clap. Do a little bit more clapping. Now continue that movement, but crisscross. Instead of clapping, crisscross the hands. Elbows are straight. Crisscross the arms. Good. When you feel stable, if you feel stable, close the eyes and keep going. One arm in front and then the other arm in front. Crisscrossing the arms. Elbows stay straight. Build that nervous system, to build yourself up bigger than any problem, any issue. Part of the reason we want to build up this nervous system is not so you can just handle stress that finds us, but so that we're willing to step into stressful situations. Willing to take that risk. That thing we really want to do, we're willing to take that risk and try for it. Whatever it is you really want, you can build your ability to reach for it now. Keep stretching those arms, crisscrossing those arms, 20 more seconds. Good. Inhale both the arms, reach. Exhale, relax the arms down. Go ahead and sit down and then come onto your back. Come laying on your back. We're gonna work on the back now. Work laying on the back. Come laying down, let your head come down, let your arms come down by your side. Let your legs relax for a moment. Good. Hands are by the side, palms are facing down. You can have the arms by the side, or at a certain point you need support in your lower back. You can use those hands to support you. Go ahead and really extend through both of your legs. Feel the legs grow nice and long, and then lift both of the legs up to 90 degrees, as close to 90 degrees as you can. Same movement that you did with the hands, now you're going to do it with the legs, crisscrossing the legs. So legs are as high as they can be in the sky, up to 90 degrees, and you crisscross those legs, one in front of the other and then the other. Doing your personal best. Trying your best. Knowing that doing something that's challenging for you is building your willpower. Building your willpower.
Manho hove dosati, manho chale rahu, manho Hoaa, pairee, manho bandan, sokyo manda akiye, jeja me rajan, manho hi, manho buje, bande bhajan goye, naanak bande bahar, eko saja soye, jitmuk sada salahiye.
Believe it or not, this is going to be a very meditative class. We're making our way to that space, that meditative space. We have to take care of the body first. We've got to find that strength in ourselves. If we don't feel strong, we can't meditate with confidence. If we don't feel open, then our meditation is limited. So really start to move those legs faster and faster and faster.
I am grace to God.
Those legs. Try to get the legs as straight as possible. You are strong, you are powerful. You are brilliant. 20 more seconds. Legs straight up. Both legs down. Both legs come. The heels come down to the ground. Relax the heels, relax the arms by the side. Good. Let this work integrate. Feel what's different after that powerful exercise. Next exercise is a variation on shoulder stand. If you feel confident in shoulder stand, doing it on your own, then do it, right? Then try it. If you're not confident doing shoulder stand on your own at home, then instead bring your legs just up to 90 degrees. And if you want, you can bring the blanket or the cushion just a little bit underneath the hips to find that elevation in the legs, okay? So start there. Everyone can start there. If you're going to work your way into shoulder stand, then you're going to pop your hips up You're going to work your hands underneath your lower back, bringing them closer and closer together and bringing them further and further down the back, getting all of the weight on the shoulders, no weight on the neck or the back of the head. All the weight is on the shoulders in shoulder stand. Get those legs nice and straight, but we're going to start to lean the body. So if you're in, just have the legs up, then start to lean the legs out a little bit to 60 degrees. And if you're in shoulder stand, start to lean your legs back a little bit, starting to find this lean of a 60-degree angle. Instead of being straight up and down, leaning a little bit in towards your heels. It's a very powerful exercise for the brain. Giving you the ability to change your mind. Sometimes these stress patterns, we're locked into them. We don't even know what it feels like to be relaxed. We don't even know what peace feels like. We don't even know what ease feels like. Because we're attracted to stress. Keep ourselves locked in stressful situations. Scarcity or mindset that we have keeps us locked. Feeling stressed out, feeling anxious. So give yourself a chance here. Hold this as best you can. Take care of yourself. Let your brain change. Transition into another restorative posture, coming into baby pose. So sitting on your heels, bringing your forehead down to the ground, resting the forehead on the ground, getting the part in between the two eyebrows to rest on the ground. Start with your arms by your side. Just see what you have to do, what adjustments you have to make in your knees. Maybe you need the knees a little bit wider, maybe you need them closer so that you can rest yourself down. And then take your hands and start to pat on your lower back at the bottom ribs at about the 3rd, 4th, 5th vertebrae. And you're just gonna go slow rhythm, hitting one side and then the other side, using your open palms to gently hit the back side of the ribs. About the level of the kidneys holding the adrenal glands right above them. This is cortisol when we're in a stress state. Need a little reset, so give them a little loving reset. Not hitting hard, not hitting fast, slow, but gentle taps.
Govinde mukande udare apare haring karing name akame har. Govinde mukande udare apare haring karing name akame har. Govinde mukande udare apare haring karing name akame har. Govinde mukande udare apare haring karing name akame har. Govinde mukande udare apare haring karing name akame har. Govinde mukande udare apare haring karing name akame har.
Good, keep padding. I know it gets a little bit harder the longer you go, but you can do it. Little loving pats.
Govinde mukande udare apare haring karing name akame har. Govinde mukande udare apare haring karing name akame har.
Good, last 20 seconds.
Mukande udare apare haring karing name akame har. Govinde mukande udare apare haring karing name akame har.
Relaxing those arms by the side, just taking a little pause here in baby pose. Feeling the effects of that little massage. And starting to make your way back up into a seat. Coming into a seated position, cross-legged position. Sitting up nice and tall. Bring the arms crossed over each other at about chin level. Right is over the left. So my right arm comes over my left arm, and they're up pretty high towards my chin. Feel your spine grow nice and tall, and bring the chin in so the back of the neck is long to help lock these arms in place. Close the eyes here. Feel yourself start to lock into this position. And start to play a mantra. The mantra is Rakhay, rakhanhaar. If you know Rakhay, rakhanhaar, you can start to chant along with it. If you don't know Rakhay, rakhanhaar, I'll put it in the chat or in the description just below this, so you can follow along. Listen deeply, or start to chant and really start to move the tongue. Start to create these sounds. If you're brand new to it, you won't get it perfect at first. It's a longer mantra. So you can try and start to use that tongue to stimulate the mind, stimulate the type of thalamus through this mantra, through this movement of the tongue. Just do your personal best. Hold the position, listening or chanting along with the mantra. matter if you get it perfect. Try, maybe you don't start. You think you know. Don't think about it too much. Start to allow the sound. Move your mouth. Create beautiful protective mantra, Rakhay, rakhanhaar. by mistake. It's part of this, it's part of rebalancing the nervous system. Those shoulders, those armpits, hold the connections to relate sympathetic and parasympathetic, the autonomic nervous system. Let the arms go through what they need to go through. Do your best to stay steady. Use the mantra to help carry you through. meditation. Coming to the end of this Kriya, lock yourself in place. Don't move. Chant the mantra. Last minute. Big breath in, inhale. Exhale, release those arms down. Start to release your whole body down, all the way down onto your back. For the relaxation. Letting the legs come long, letting the arms come by your side, palms facing up. Just completely and totally relax. Good. Bringing the right knee into the chest. Bringing it up and over the body, coming into a twist. Right knee comes up and over the left. Right arm reaches out to the side, cat stretch. And then come back to center, switch out the legs. Left knee comes in, left knee comes up and over the body to the right. Left arm reaches out to the side, twisting the other way. Coming back to center, starting to roll your shoulders around, loosening up the neck. Or just stretch the ribs, roll your belly around. Just opening up the torso, stretching. And start to move the hands and wiggle the toes. Open and close the eyes, blink the eyes a couple times. Take your tongue and roll your tongue in your mouth. Stretching out the lips, rolling the tongue around one way and going the other way. Bringing those knees into your chest, rocking yourself up and down. Come all the way back into the seated position for our meditation. Very powerful meditation of 1 minute breath. So 1 minute breath in its purest form is inhaling for 20 seconds, holding the breath for 20 seconds, and exhaling for 20 seconds. Pretty rare that most people can just do that. So you're going to start with maybe 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. Inhaling for 5 seconds, holding for 5 seconds, exhaling for 5 seconds. There's no holding the breath out. Just inhale, hold, exhale, go right back into the inhale. So you'll count 5, you'll hold 5, you'll exhale 5. That feels really easy for you, or if you know you're a swimmer, you're somebody who can hold their breath for longer periods of time, you could do 7, 7, 7, you could do 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, you could do 13, 13, 13, 14, 14, 14, all the way up to 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. That's where we stop. We don't go anywhere past that. So for the first 3 minutes or so, you can kind of play around with your breath capacity and finding that perfect number for you, where you're kind of at your edge, but you're not so far of your edge that you're having to gasp at any point. Already. Exhale. So just find a comfortable seat, close the eyes, allow the eyes to relax down, sit up nice and tall. Exhale all the breath out and start with your count. So maybe it's 5, 5, 5 if you're brand new. Maybe if you've been doing pranayama for a long time, you start with a longer number, higher number, 9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 10. Start to really follow your breath and follow the count, doing the most steady count you can in your mind, mentally thinking numbers, holding the breath, mentally thinking the numbers, and exhale, mentally connecting with the numbers, and with your breath. Your two focuses are your breath and the count. You're staying as steady as you can with both of those, allowing your mind to become more and more relaxed. There might be points where you come into a place of a lot of emotion or a lot of stress in this meditation. That's very normal. It's part of the practice. You just try to stay as steady as you can. So again, you can play around with the count for this first little bit, but in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you to keep the same count. That way you're not just thinking about changing the count the whole time. So do your best now. Find that edge for you where you're building your breath capacity, but not gasping for breath. At this point in the meditation, just pick a number and stay with it. The inhale, the holding of the breath, and the exhale are the same and equal count. Follow your breath. Mentally concentrate on your breath and the count. continue and complete the breath that you're on. Once you count out the exhale, you'll let the breath return to a natural flow in and out through the nose. And this time after pranayama, really noticing and absorbing the impact of these slow, rhythmic breaths. Let's close our practice, bring our hands together, elbows out to the side. Close the 3 long satnams. Take a deep breath in. Nam. 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 Bringing the thumbs up to the third eye. Feeling gratitude and grace. And closing your practice. Sanam. Alrighty. Good work, everybody. We didn't fit in the for fighting spirit exercise today, but maybe you can fit it in on your own. You'll find it in the first 2 classes and the warm-ups. Arms are by the side, and you do a little roll with your hips with your feet nice and wide. So try that one, and the breath exercise, that 4 parts in, 1 part out, that we do for 3 minutes each time when we get started. Try those on your own. See what those can do for you. It's always powerful to come and do these practices. You can actually create change just in 1 class, but we really notice the impacts of our practice when we do something daily, once a day, especially if it's the first thing you do in the morning or last thing you do at night. Those are really powerful times to practice. And you'll see things will quickly shift and change for you, even if it's just a 3-minute exercise or a 2-minute exercise. Okay,